what is your current salary expectation? Just so we're clear about that as well.
My expectation would be a little bit higher than the range that is mentioned on the
Mm-hmm.
Facebook post, but I'm ready to start with whatever you offer me. But my expectation is in between 15 to 2000.
I know the little Asian strategy. I got a good friend from Pakistan as well, so
That's great.
I'm very familiar with that. I had my business mentor, my first business mentor, he was from Pakistan as well. So I'm very familiar. You guys got nice food in the Asian side. The chicken, I love those. A bit spicy sometimes. So I have to kind of relax on some of
Yeah,
them. But
we love spicy food. Yeah.
yeah, you guys had some very nice. You like dates and you like rice pudding. I think I tried the Asian rice pudding for like dessert. Very, very nice. But yeah. So getting into kind of like this kind of 15-minute call. So this is not like a hiring call, it's just to mainly just like an intro call just to find out a bit more about you, what you've done, your experience. I've seen your instantly screenshots, so I kind of know that you have a feel for instantly, and also explain to you about what we do, about the role. And then after the call, I'm going to review it, see if it's a good fit. And then if it's a good fit, you'll speak to Ethan, which is the co-founder. So I'm one half of the company, he's the other half. And then he's just going about more of the culture fit, basically, like working with us, how it's going to be, and what we do, and basically see if it's a really good fit for us too, okay? Before we start, is there any other questions that you want me to dive into? Any questions before we start that I can take a note of?
Right now, I don't have any question in my mind.
Fantastic. So just a bit about what you. So in terms of your experience, you have 6 years in terms of remote email marketing specialist. You've covered around 10 to 12 clients in the US. You're well versed in Go high level integration, workflow management, funnel creation, and automation. You leverage tools like Instantly and Axiom for an effective.
Yes.
I haven't heard of Axiom. What's Axiom?
Axiom is a kind of tool to send cold email, like instantly.
Okay. Yeah, I just use Instagram. I haven't really checked Axiom. Okay, that's like Apollo, right? I know they do like the same thing. Link to
Axiom.ai.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. Okay, that seems good. Better than Apollo? Worse than Apollo? What's your thoughts?
No, but instantly is better in compared to Axiom.
Sorry.
Instantly is better. In instantly, you can get to see the statistics, how many email are sending, how many are the open rates, how many the percentage of reply rate. On Axiom, you cannot see the stats. They don't give you the statistics.
Fantastic. Perfect. So the first part of this kind of call is just going to talk to you about the company, what we do, who we help, who we serve. We do have your cold email, so you're in luck. And then it's going to be more skill-based questions, talking to you about your skill-based, then strategy-based, about your strategic mind, how you think, then value-based, and then lastly, just general logistics. Okay? So a bit about our company. So we're a marketing agency that helps other marketing agencies get more clients. So we do this via cold email. We've been servicing around 30 agencies, been here for around 2.5 years. We strictly do cold email to help our clients grow. We mainly use Instantly, so as you're aware, Apollo, automation, stuff like that. And our basically goal is to build acquisition system for agencies. Very simple. They come in, they get bookings. Yeah.
So we are selling the cold email system to the client.
Yeah, so it's a done for you model. So we're doing it for them, running the tests for them, creating the offers, getting the lead searches, and then all they do is just to jump on a call like us, sell their service, and then we listen back to the call, give some feedback on how to improve their sales so they can close more clients.
That's good. So we just build the system for them, and once it's done, we are done with the client, or we also monitor the email every day. What do we do?
So we do the week by week monitor system. Right now, the company structure like that. We have a vision in the future, especially coming down into 2024, to move to that build, install, and then coaching. But at the moment, it's more of a weekly done for you. Like, let's say running ads for someone, it's basically the same thing.
Got it. Okay, it's clear.
Fantastic. In terms of the values, yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. And which country we are targeting? We are targeting UK, USA, Australia. What country we are targeting?
So for us to acquire clients, we work mainly with US clients. Okay.
Oh,
So our clients to acquire their clients is mainly North America. So we're talking Canada, USA. Some of them do international, therefore we can go for like bigger companies that are more internationally based. But 9 times out of 10 is going to be the US and Canada.
got it. Okay.
Fantastic. And in terms of just going a bit more skill-based level, so I know, can you just re-walk me? I know you had experience with Instantly about your experience with cold email and copywriting. If you could just walk me through that.
Yeah, sure. For instantly, we can send email two ways. We can use personal email, and we can use domain email. But I prefer domain email because that's give you the highest percentage of deliverability. The deliverability will be higher in the inbox. If you use personal email, there are chances that it may land into the spam, and we don't want to do that. We want to land the email into the inbox. And for each domain, I suggest maximum 2 to 3 email per domain, and
Mm-hmm.
from each domain we can send 30 to 50 per day. But it's not like the very first day we start sending 30 email. We have to warm them up first on instantly.
Mm-hmm.
We have to set them up. We have to set up the email, the domain, and then set up the TNS record and everything. And after we are done with that, we have to integrate those email with instantly. Then we have to warm them up for a week or two. After the email are warmed up, then we will start sending email gradually. From the first day, we may send 2 email from each account, then 4, then 6, then 8, and gradually we will start sending more and more every day. And at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the, eventually we'll send like 30, 50 emails per day from each email account.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we can send 500 to 1000 per day. That's how I do basically for my clients.
Perfect. And that's
And
the
for lead scraping, we have various kind of tools, Seamless. Then we have D7 Lead Finder, Apollo.io. We download the leads from depending upon the needs of the client. We download specific leads like real estate, financial advisor, tree service, or maybe a solar. Download the leads. Then we filter, sort out those leads because in D7 or Apollo, they have lots of irrelevant leads as well. For example, if I download Florida leads, that maybe Apollo will give me 1000 leads. Out of 1000, I may get 500 relevant, 500 irrelevant. So I have to sort them out first from the spreadsheet. And then I have to verify those email with email verifier. There are tons of software out there like Million Verifier, Email Verifier, so many things out there, paid software. You can verify those emails. Are those emails still valid or not? And after you verify them, then you can use those email as a lead and you can put them into the system. You can put them on instantly and then you can start sending email to those leads.
that's exactly how we do it in terms of everything else. And I just wanted to go deeper in terms of the email. What things do you like about the email in terms of the system itself? Are you more thinking, or do you like more of the copywriting creative element? Do you like more of like the operational, like how we operate, how we kind of like send emails, the whole operational side? Or are you more into the copywriting strategy and more of like thinking about the angles, etc.?
The way I do it, basically, I prefer to set up the bot that way that every time we send emails, it shows a different email. It doesn't look like we are sending same email every day. Like the way that I set up for my client instantly. Maybe I'm sending you the email. It says, "Hi, Josiah. Hi, Josiah." Maybe the next day it will say, "Hello, Josiah," and the day before tomorrow it will say, "Hey there, Josiah." So every time it's different. So the Google cannot say that it's a spam or we are sending the same content, same thing over and over. We are Our main purpose, our main message will be same, but it will be in different text. The text will be different, but the intention, the context should remain the same. That what we are trying to offer, what we are selling, but we should paraphrase them every time. And that's how I set up instantly so that the Google cannot detect that we are spamming or we are marketing, we are selling something.
Perfect. So add in the spin tags with the variables. Therefore, every time you send an email, the spin tag changes. That's good. And so you talked about offer. So how would you go about finding the pain points and desires of a certain industry before writing the cold emails, before actually like getting the campaign to actually work and to get positive replies and bookings? How would you go about finding the pain points and desires of a specific industry?
So before I set up the templates, I prefer to have a chat, have a meeting with the owner of the company, and I love to know their goals, what they are trying to achieve, what is their goal. Then, based on their goal, based on their intention, I prepare my templates. Then I show the templates to the client that, are you okay with that? Are you okay with the subject line? Are you okay with the email body? Is everything looks good to you? If it says yes, it's good to you, then good to go. If it doesn't, if you say no, you need to change that, you need to change that, then I change according to that. And then I have also a website named Mail Meteor. I don't know whether it's aware about it or not. Let me share that with you.
Yeah, no,
Share.
they have loads of template stuff. Yeah, as well.
So from this website, I check the email body whether it's look spammy or it looks good. So I remove those words. If it looks spammy, I remove those spam words and I paraphrase the sentence. I change the word, and after that, if it looks good, then I'm done with the template. That's how I set up the template, and then we're good to go.
Okay. And what happens when the template doesn't work? What happens when the replies are low? How do you go about optimizing that?
At least I should run the email for 4 or 5 days. Otherwise, I cannot judge on the very first day that is working or not working. 4 or 5 days, I should let the system run the emails. After 4 or 5 days, after we have this enough statistics, yes, last 5 days, the system has sent 5K emails or 4K emails. Out of 5K, the open rate is 25%, 30%. Based on the statistics, we change the plan. We may change the wordings of the templates. We may change the wordings of the subject. And then we try to come up with a different strategy, different plan, and implement that on our second week. Second week, we will send email with the different wordings, different subject lines. And then that's how I experiment. That's my strategy.
Okay. So you have an element of scientific testing in there. Now, in terms of metrics, which metrics do you look? You said open rate. Walk me through how you look at metrics when determining, hey, this is a good email. We should change this variable. We should change that variable. Walk me through that, the metric view on the cold email to kind of change your variables or what you're testing.
Obviously, open rate is good for me. I mean, I obviously look at the statistics of the open rate. If the open rate is more than 40-50%, then definitely the campaign is working. If it's below 40-50%, then it's not working. We need to change that. And reply rate should be like 1%, 2%. Like every 300 email, there should be one positive email, one positive reply. That's my, according to my research. I don't know. You may vary. You may have different opinion, but according to my research, every 300 emails, we should get one positive reply. If we are not getting one positive every 300, then we are doing something wrong. We need to make some changes.
And what changes would you make?
Yeah, that's what I said all earlier, that maybe the wordings, maybe the offer, maybe the subject line. That's what I do. I do more research. I have a meeting with the client, and then we discuss together. Then we change the offering, the subject line, the body. That's it. That's what I do.
And how would you change the offer? How would you go about, like, actually, let me rephrase that. How would you go about doing the research first? What type of research, what further research would you do? Let's say the campaign is not working. You know that the open rate is good, and you know that it's just the person reply. How would you go about doing the research and reiterating the offer?
If so, for example, I do research on various other campaign on internet or maybe on YouTube, then I discuss with the client as well on similar kind of niche. And if the client is offering, for example, 10% discount, or like offering, if you sign up with us, you will get 500 off. You don't have to pay like 2,000. You can sign up with us on 1,500. So we may change those variable depending upon the how much the client can afford, and and then we experiment if it's working or not.
Hmm. I get that you got a solid base, and I know we could help you work and get that crazy, because I think you got the foundations a bit, but because you mentioned that you'll go back to the client, right? And you'll speak with them and you do research. But to me, it sounds like you're trying to please the client instead of getting the actual results of the market, because they're the one that decides, not the client. You know what I mean? The client may have some insights, but they don't know everything, because if they knew, they would have had the first off in the first.
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Point.
So
Yeah.
it
But
sounds
at the same time, I should try to make the client feel that I am doing something for him. I'm not like just sitting in front of the computer and just wasting my time and his time. Okay, if I have a meeting with that client, suppose you give me a job, I'm working for you, and after 1 month we don't have any meeting, no chit chat, nothing. You may think, is that guy working or not? Is he wasting my time or not? So if I have a meeting like after every other week or every 2 week, then you will get convinced that yes, this guy is doing something for me. He's spending his time.
perfect. And so yes, 100%. Of course, in our company, we've got a client success manager that talks to the client. So you don't have to talk to the clients with this. You can just sit there and stare at the computer if you want. So I want to ask deeper. Why don't you track the meeting booked rate? So you said you track the open rate, you track the positive reply rate. So you said a 0. It wasn't a 0.5, it was basically a 0.3 positive reply rate. So for every 300 out of every one positive reply. Why don't you track the meeting booked rate?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
Why don't you track the meeting booked rate? So how many meetings booked per email sent?
How many appointment book?
Yeah, per email sent.
Oh, that's what I do actually. I forgot to mention that when someone responds positive, yes, I'm interested to know more, or someone dropped the phone number, or someone says, let's hop on a meeting, then I always try to get the calendar link of the client before when I set the meeting with the client. I ask them, can you provide your calendar link? When someone reply positive, I set up a follow-up template, a follow-up email template. On follow-up, I use the calendar link. And then I write something for them. Yes, glad that you're interested to know. Let's hop on a meeting. Book the meeting from this link, something like that. If the client doesn't prefer to book the meeting over email, then I ask them to give me a positive form from High Level or their CRM. What I do basically, I fill out the form, fill out the name, phone number, email, and the response, what the lead replied. And whenever I submit the response positive form, it click on their Slack channel, it hit on their Go High Level, and they will get to know that this lead came from instantly. So there are two ways. Either I can use follow-up calendar link, or I can put the lead on their CRM.
Perfect. And yeah, that's good. So it sounds like you just forgot to mention it. So you do track it, but you just forgot to mention the thing. Yeah. That's good. So from what you've said, it does sound like you've got the foundations, but I've got a question because it's coming up like, so what are you looking for in this role? Because it sounds like you've had clients before. Is this more of like a client, or are you looking to join a company so you can grow the company and be part of a company? What's kind of the main gist behind it?
The main goal, to be honest, want to make money. That's it. That's the main goal.
Well, of course. Let me just put this back on. But there's nothing. Sure. There's nothing wrong with just wanting to make money. Like, there's people look at it as like.
My main goal was first goal is my client should make money. My client should be successful. If my client is successful, then I will make money.
And do you have current clients on now that you're currently serving?
I have some clients, on part-time basis. Yes. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having clients. It sounds like you're doing the job. And why have you because this would be more of like you're working for a company. So it wouldn't be like, of course, you can count this as a client or whatever you want, but it may be like, hey, like in terms of the progression, the reason that we've done this role, honestly, is to get people in that we can go full time, because as we're growing, the company's going to get bigger. And as we get bigger, the responsibility is enlarging. As you know, as you get more clients, the work increases. So knowing that, would this still be something that you're open to? Because
yes, Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm open to full time. I'm open to that. No worries. I'm
And
open to
and
full time work.
and why would you leave your current clients for full-time work? Or let's say, would you still manage them on the
Because
side
those are
or?
part time, and I have my younger brother. My younger brother can take care of that because I have already built a system for my current client. Or the only thing that my brother has to do, just monitor the positive reply, do the follow up email, the link, or put the lead on the CRM. That's all he has to do. But the main thing I have already done. The system is running, getting replies, getting positive, and I'm scraping the leads, importing the leads into the system. So if I get a full time offer, then I will have someone else to take care of the other job, and I will focus in full time.
Okay. And other than the money, I know, like, yeah, the money comes. What else are you looking for? What would make it what would be kind of your ideal work environment? Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to show up, like, what would be the ideal? Because, giving honest, the culture is full of guys, people that are looking to win, crushing it. We love marketing. So, like, we're a marketing company that loves marketing. That's not just doing it for thing. It's more about then the positive applies a vendetta against marketing. It's like, hey, we're here to become the best marketing agencies and to actually like what we do. But what would be kind of your ideal culture when you come into like a new place?
Mm, I still not clear about your question. You mean like about my
I do work.
hardworking? Go.
So, like, for example, I'll give you an example. So perhaps you're more of like, hey, I like to kind of like have my time, like between a certain time, I turn my laptop off, just music on, working. I like to be more collaborative. So, hey, I like to jump on meetings, doing stuff like that. That's kind of what I mean. And additionally, you can add on the people that you like usually working with. Like, who do you usually get along with? Who do you not usually get along with to make sure that, hey, it's a right fit as well?
Okay. So I basically love people who are friendly, who explain, who say something upfront, not like behind my back. If
Mm,
you are friendly enough, if you are friendly to work with, then I would love to work. If you're
mm,
not friendly to work with, that's not I prefer. That's not I prefer.
perfect. And yeah, because the current state of the business now, and just to be honest with you, we've currently took on around 6 clients this week, and it's building really fast. Okay, so in the next month we could be getting probably next week another 3 or 4 clients because we're going off of that works. So the whole goal of the company is to get these clients around 15 appointments per month consistently. So consistent month in, month day, month in, and to do that, it will require the research, the offers, making sure we're consistently scientifically testing one variable at a time, and also doing essentially all the back-end optimization, like positive reply, how's the mini pitch, how we converting them with the SDRs. Okay. And that's the current state of the business. And the way that we want to grow it to is around an extra 100K a month within the next 3 to 6 months. We're on track to doing that. But right now, the main limitation is making sure the clients get the results consistently. All right. And it's not like what I see now is that you have the foundation. Like I've seen the instant result, like you know how to get some results, but I think I'll show you how to 3, 4 times excellent results. Because I think you know exactly what the basics are, but it's just this 1 or 2 marketing principles that if we could help you, you can like 3x, 4x the results. Market sophistication.
I would love to learn that. I would love to learn that.
Now I'm taking like, and I mean, honest, as a co-founder, in the delivery, I only want marketers. That's all I want in the delivery. Because the true marketers they're gonna test when like the data says you shouldn't do this, XYZ, we're gonna be madmen and test and test and test, even though we don't have any data to say, hey, this works. We're gonna be like, you know what? I think this is gonna work. And that's the people that we want in our team, especially when it comes to delivery, because like, as you know, marketing, sometimes it's not the ugliest. Sometimes there's no positive replies and you're like, what the flip? The campaign's off. But of course, keeping that stoicism, we can then, as a team, collaborate, find new angles for the market and really, really research. Okay. So for me, like I'm going to send you the link after this call to speak to Ethan. I think you got the right thing. The only thing I think that we'll be worried about is about the clients and stuff. So as long as that's cool and the intention's in the right place, they're like, hey, we're going up, like these clients are not going to impede the work. And of course, for the first time, we can start part-time to make sure that, hey, you can manage this. and then move on to full-time when the work comes through. That's something that Ethan will definitely dig into. And of course, like I said, you want transparency. Here you go, telling you upfront.
And one more thing, I saw the post on a Facebook post that you're looking for a part-time guy. Is this something will be full-time in future, or it will be part-time?
100% full-time in future. Like 100% full-time in future. It's part-time now. We're only doing part-time now to make sure that, hey, the systems are being built throughout as you're growing, and then making sure we're not over leveraging employees. Like, hey, we do have work, but then it only takes 2 or 3 clients right now for one, because you got my head right now. You'll love him. He's marketing genius like us. He loves marketing. We got access to courses. Charlie Morgan. We know about everyone in the industry that has a course, so we can definitely give you access to that, so you can improve the skills. But we basically want to give you like a playground where you can just test your marketing knowledge. And I think with you give me a lot of operational side. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way you talk less about marketing, but more about the system. Is that kind of how you think? More about the system and less about the marketing?
No, it's not like that, because some people doesn't know about the system very much. I love to educate them. Don't feel offended. I'm not trying to educate you. I'm talking about my clients. Some clients not very clear about the system, how the system is gonna work. So when someone jump on a meeting with me, I try to educate them. This is how the system gonna work. I need those tools. You have to give me those tools, because eventually I'm gonna get those tools from the client. The client will pay for instantly, for domain. So I have to train them up for those systems.
Fantastic. And the domains, emails and stuff, we have them all set up, and it's basically automatic, so you don't really need to do anything. But yeah, I honestly think that it'll be a good fit. So what I'm going to do, wait, before we end the call, is there any questions for myself?
Yes, one more thing. Another thing I saw on your post, that there were ranges between 400 to 1,000. Is it going to be fixed, or it's like scalable in future?
100% scalable. Okay. And I'm going to ask you a question on top of that, but it's 100% scalable. So firstly, it's going to start more. Usually how we do is more like a probationary period. Like, hey, like as soon as these 60, 90 days are like, hey, officially this guy's getting in, he's a good fit. As soon as that, it goes up, because the goal of the company is to have few people in it and not to have a organizational cluster, few people in it and not have this hierarchy, having a straight line, and then paying the people really well. So you get awarded, hey, you brought these leads for the clients. That's your cut into it. And then scaling it with the performance. So the more you guys perform, the more we share the wins around the company. Okay?
That's great.
And that's how we build the first executive. And to go on that, what is your current salary expectation? Just so we're clear about that as well.
My expectation would be a little bit higher than the range that is mentioned on the Facebook post, but I'm ready to start with whatever you offer me. But my expectation is in between 15 to 2,000.
Okay. And is that assuming you're working full time?
Yeah, if I work full time if you guys offer me more, then you are more than welcome to pay me more.
Yeah. So I like that. But yeah, so that's it from my side. That's all my questions done.
And one more question. What about the working hour? I'm going to follow US time zone, Eastern, Pacific, Central. What time zone I'm going to follow?
You're going to be following UK time zone. So around 3 p.m. UK to around 7 p.m. UK. But it's very variable, because the thing about marketing, as long as the job is done, because you're not speaking to clients, you don't need to be in the US time. But as long as the job is done between the hours around the UK, that's fine. Because a lot of the job is going to be research, systems, and of course, scripting. Okay. That can be done as long as it's done in the UK. How's the time difference between UK and Bangladesh?
What time is over there right now?
It's 4:30 p.m.
4:30 now. It is 10:30 p.m. over here.
Okay. So
you guys like 6 hours ahead. We are 6 hours
Okay.
ahead.
So it'll be around the UK time that you'll be working. So around this time, and like I'll say 5 hours before here. So I think 5 p.m. So let's say 4 p.m. Bangladesh time to around 10 p.m. Bangladesh time.
Yeah, that's doable for me. No worries. I can do that.
Perfect. Any other questions, man? Hit me up. It could be anything about marketing. I love talking about it. So you could.
No, I'm done. I don't have any other questions, and I think I took a little bit more time. Your meeting was like 15 minutes. It's more than 30 minutes now.
Enjoyed it. So don't worry, man. I enjoyed it. I like really finding out about people, and I like marketers. So yeah. So the next steps is just I'm just gonna get the link because we got a special link for after these interviews when I think, hey, we got a good fit. So I'm gonna get the link, send that to you on your Gmail. So check your Gmail on the next 5 to 10 minutes. That should be a link to speak to Ethan. Now, Ethan is gonna go more about the.
Is he going to be talk to me today, or should I book a calendar link, a meeting like yours?
Yeah, so I'm going to send you a calendar link, and then you can book it for next week. And then we're going to be speaking about it. You're going to be speaking to Ethan about the role and about the culture. And then he's the one that's going to be going into kind of your whys and stuff. So be ready for that. I'm more about marketing.
Should I stay positive, or is it going to be a little bit tough?
He has very good questions. I always get feedback. He has very good questions. So he's a cool guy. He's like me. He's like, you're going to be like. I like people that are very culture fit. So once I have the sense of it, I'm like, hey, very good culture fit. You're gonna like it, and yeah, essentially scaling other people's businesses, man, and have fun with it. Like we're here, we're not dying in the meantime, so we might as well have fun while we're dying.
Okay, no worries. I'll be waiting for the link.
All right, no worries. But other than that, hey, I appreciate you jumping on the call,
Same
and
here.
and take care.